Hi, thanks for choosing Safehub. In this video, we'll give you an overview of the Safehub sensor, show you where and how to install your sensor, and provide a few troubleshooting tips. Chapter 1. An overview of the sensor. The sensor technology has three components: the earthquake sensor, the mounting plate, and the power supply cord. The front of the sensor has three lights. On the left is the cellular connection light, which tells you if the sensor is connected to a cellular network. In the middle is the battery light, which indicates battery strength. On the right is the power light, which tells you if the sensor is receiving power from an outlet. Remember, the Safehub system is cellular-based, so the sensor does not connect to any of your internal networks. Now that we understand the components of the sensor, let's talk about where to install it. Chapter 2. Choosing the location. Here are some general guidelines when deciding where to install a sensor. If you're using only one sensor, install it on the ground floor of the building. Consult with your Safehub representative if you're installing multiple sensors. Install the sensor into a stud on or near a perimeter wall, or on a solid wall or column, no more than 12 inches or 30 centimeters above the floor. The sensor should be near a power outlet, ideally one that's connected to an emergency power and not controlled by a switch or a timer. Place the sensor in a dry, dust-free location. For humid or dusty environments, contact Safehub for our all-weather sensor. Because the sensors use cellular connection, make sure your location has good connectivity before final installation. To check this, plug the sensor into an outlet near your chosen location. The power light will blink for a few seconds, then all three lights will turn on. If the cellular light turns green within 15 minutes, you've got a good connection. If it stays red or yellow, the sensor is not connected to the cellular network and you'll need to find another location. Avoid putting the sensor behind large pieces of equipment or inside cabinets, which can interfere with cellular connectivity. Chapter 3. Sensor installation and pairing. Now that you've identified where to put the sensor, you're ready to install. Attach the mounting plate to the wall in a vertical position into a stud. If needed, use concrete or masonry anchors to make sure it's firmly attached. Next, pair the sensor with the Safehub platform by scanning the QR code on the back of the Safehub sensor and answering a few simple questions to complete the form. You can also pair the sensor manually by using the link at www.safehub.io/installation. Once your sensor is paired, slide the Safehub sensor into the mounting bracket. Plug the power supply into the sensor, then to the power outlet. Collect any loose cord with the tie we've provided. Verify that the sensor is working properly. The cellular light should be green, and the battery light will turn green once the sensor is fully charged. The power light should be solid white. Chapter 4. Resetting your sensor. If you have an issue with the sensor or receive a Safehub notification that the sensor is offline, you may need to reset the sensor. Resetting the sensor is easy. First, slide the sensor up to remove it from the mounting bracket. Then, unplug the power supply. A warning sound will indicate that the sensor has been unplugged. Next, on the back of the sensor, press and hold the reset button for up to 30 seconds until all the lights on the front of the sensor start to flash or turn off. Finally, plug the power supply back into the sensor and slide it back onto the mounting bracket. Once the lights come back on, the sensor is now reset. Chapter 5. Troubleshooting. If resetting the sensor doesn't resolve the issue, try these troubleshooting tips. The cellular connection light is red. If your installation was successful and the cellular connection light went from green to red, the sensor may not be connected to a cellular network. Try this. First, make sure that the sensor is fully charged, or when the middle light is green. Slide the sensor off the mounting bracket, unplug the power supply, and walk the sensor to another location in the building. Wait up to 15 minutes to see if the cellular light turns green there. If so, your sensor will need to be relocated to a location with better cellular strength. The power light is off. If the power light is turned off, the sensor may not be receiving power from the outlet. Try this. Make sure the power supply is plugged into the sensor and the outlet. If so, check to see if the outlet itself is receiving power. The outlet may be controlled by a switch, and turning the switch off cuts the power to the sensor. If that's the case, use a different outlet, relocating the sensor as needed. If you need more guidance on installing, resetting, or troubleshooting your sensor, don't hesitate to reach out to your Safehub representative.